There's a universal struggle that pretty much everyone will experience when they try dieting for weight loss at some point, and that is hunger. Hunger is your body's natural response to lowered energy intake. It's trying to tell you to go get some more food. And unfortunately, letting hunger get out of control and go unchecked can actually be the downfall of a lot of guys that I've talked to who try to diet, and they just let their hunger go way off the charts and they end up falling off their diet, succumbing to like cheat meals or just binge eating or whatever. So what I want to do is show you some strategies today that you can use one or all of to really dampen those hunger signals that you're feeling when you're dieting so that you can have an easier time with the dieting progress and actually end up getting leaner and losing more body fat overall than you would have been able to without them, because you'll be able to stick to it for longer. It's more reasonable. All right. The first thing I want to talk to you about is just using a smart loss rate. You could set up your day perfectly, eat all the right foods, try all the little tips and tricks that you want. But if you're aiming to lose weight too quickly, you will experience an ungodly level of hunger because your body's trying to keep you alive. If you're trying to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, you are going to feel that no matter, how well you set things up. So what I'd encourage you to do is just aim to lose no more than 1% of your body weight each week, your total body weight. Okay. And this is actually nothing to scoff at. 1% of your total body weight lost for 12 weeks in a row is staggering. That's the type of weight loss where people say, holy shit, Bruce, what have you been doing? And you say, guess what, Janice? I've just been dieting smart and conservatively. I don't get too aggressive with my dieting approaches. And that's what allows me to go further than the average guy. And she goes, God damn, that's amazing. This is incredible. I can't wait to hear more about this, please. So 1% is a good place to start. If you are fairly lean already, 1% might even be pushing it. 0.75%, 0.5% is probably even better down there to really make things nice and conservative. If you're ever in doubt about how quickly you should be losing or whatever, I would encourage you to just use the application Macro Factor. It has a little sliding scale where you decide how quickly you want to lose each week, what percent of your body weight you want to lose each week, and it'll help you determine how many calories you should be eating based on that goal. You can use my last name code Marra, M-A-R-R-A, at the checkout for an extended free trial to try it out, and it supports me along the way. So yeah, highly recommend that, and just play it cool. You'll go further, all right? Number 2 is to eat plenty of fruit and vegetables. And before you skip over the video, just know this. Why is the most commonly given piece of diet advice the most commonly ignored? I have the answer for you right now. It is this. When guys hear, eat plenty of fruit and vegetables, what they think is, I eat like 3 baby carrots and like 4 grape tomatoes on my plate. And yeah, great. That's good. It's good for your health and like fantastic. Love it. Love that for you. Your body's a temple. But when I say eat a fuck ton of fruit and vegetables, I mean eat a absolute fucking farm animal trough full of high fiber foods. Cabbage, carrots, spinach, tomatoes. Go fucking nuts. You're going to be able to fill yourself up on essentially unlimited fruits and vegetables almost, because they're next to nothing in calories and they're so high in fiber. So don't be shy on those. It's the ultimate hunger lever, and it basically goes as far as you want it to, as far as your digestive system can allow. And if you're new to eating tons of fruit and vegetables, I recommend you stick around like 2 fist-sized portions of fruit and vegetables at each meal to start. And you can add from there slowly, but just start there and see how your body, reacts to that fiber and that fullness. It might be something new for you, and it's kind of a good idea to ease yourself in. You can add more slowly as you go. Number 3 is to stick to an eating schedule. Going 6+ hours without eating will make any human being on this planet hungry. If you add a fat loss diet on top of that, where energy levels are chronically low and you're chronically getting less food week to week and day after day, holy shit, hunger is going to be a problem. So try being just a little bit more structured with when your meals are actually coming up. You'll be able to anticipate upcoming meals, which actually makes hunger quite a bit easier to handle psychologically. Like you know that you're going to be eating in 90 minutes. You can hold off for now, keep working, or do whatever you need to do. And it allows you, when you have that level of structure, you can actually move some food from meal to meal to soften the blow of when you are most hungry. So if you're eating a normal schedule, it might be like 6 a.m. breakfast, noon lunch, and 6 p.m. dinner. Just evenly spaced is totally fine. nice and equally distributed, a third of the calories, a third of the calories, and a third of the calories. But if you know, for example, that you're always ridiculously hungry at lunch and never really hungry for breakfast or dinner, you never wake up hungry and like before bed, you're kind of meh. What you can do is just pull, let's say 5-10% from each of those meals and shift them into the lunch meal. So now it's like, 600 calories, and let's say, 900 calories in the center because you pulled a little bit from each. Number 4 is to limit tasty foods. And that's for a couple reasons. One thing I want to bring to your attention is what's called the food palatability reward hypothesis. If you don't know this guy, go check out Dr. Mike Israetel. He's forgotten more about exercise science than I'll probably ever learn throughout my life. But the hypothesis goes as follows. Basically, eating very tasty and very delicious foods, cheat meals, blizzards, things like that, don't actually really scratch an itch or satisfy your desire for tasty foods. It's actually the opposite. They kind of make you want more tasty foods and actually increase your desire to go away from those foods that you know are super helpful for you. It's a valuable insight that is held true in basically every dieting situation I've ever been in. I'll save up my calories and I'll look forward to this Oreo McFlurry, and then I eat it. It's done in 30 seconds and immediately I just want more. And it really is kind of a letdown. It's never as good as you want it to be. And then it has this multi-factor impact as well, because not only do you want more of it, you also just missed out on an opportunity to fill yourself up with really satisfying meals. So now you're hungrier than you were before because you missed out on a really good solid brick of a meal, and you tasted paradise for a hot minute, and now that's all you want from there. This is kind of like just the worst place to be in a dieting situation. You might not struggle with these types of foods, so you can totally enjoy fun stuff in moderation while you're dieting for fat loss, and that is absolutely no problem. But if you're like me and a lot of other guys, you may want to stick to some more plain, maybe even blander type foods, like some chicken with some salt and pepper on it, something very simple like that, as opposed to like, smoky, fatty, sweet rack of ribs with buttery cornbread. Like, that's just a little bit over the top and can make you kind of go a little bit cuckoo. Number 5 is to smash water before your meals. Your stomach is an organ. This is something a lot of people don't really think about, but essentially when it fills with food, it expands. And they're actually mechanoreceptors in the stomach lining that when the stomach lining is stretched physically, they sense that stretching sensation and send signals to your brain telling you that it's time to stop eating because you're full, your stomach's full, and it's like, whoa, slow down, we're good. So one thing you can do to actually take advantage of this, a little fucking biohacker, is you just drink a huge glass of water right before you eat, and what that does is it just takes up volume in your stomach, along with the carrots and the broccoli and the chicken and the rice or whatever else you put in there. So it just kind of adds to that sensation of fullness, and it can help a lot of people actually reduce how much they eat. It can be a diet soda too, if you prefer something like that. This is a small, but I would say impactful or meaningful difference in how hungry you feel. And if you're getting down to the tail end of a diet where these things really do start to matter, then this can be kind of a game changer for you. Number 6 is to use caffeine sparingly. And when you think about a fat loss diet, all it really is a reduction, a controlled reduction of how much energy you're giving your body. And that energy deficit or debt needs to be made up or paid from somewhere, which is where your fat cells come in, your body's tapping into them. Now, chronically tapping into those fat cells and chronically reducing how much food you give yourself can leave you feeling exhausted, it can leave you feeling hungry, and it can cause your body to want to move less, have less energy, and just overall not feel the best. So deeper into a fat loss diet, you might actually feel like a little bit of brain fog. You might not feel as peppy. You might not feel as productive. You might feel a little bit lethargic or cold. Hello, caffeine. And it won't just boost your energy levels either. You are going to probably move more when you're a little bit more caffeinated, which means you burn more calories. You're going to just emit more heat when you're caffeinated, which means you're burning more calories. Kind of a crazy one, but totally true. And you will feel slightly less hungry when you're caffeinated, which hopefully will lead to you eating fewer calories as well. So kind of an awesome combo for a drug that's like dirt cheap and widely available, easy to consume. Yeah, no wonder it's so popular, huh? But it's not all sunshine and rainbows with caffeine, so be cautious. Acute overconsumption of caffeine can lead to anxiety, diarrhea, headaches, just a general feeling of, oh God, what the fuck? I want this to be over. So the way to avoid that is just gradually introducing it. If you never have coffee ever, don't just jump straight into like shotgunning 3, fucking Monster Energies. Just like try half a cup of coffee or something like that. And if you only ever have 1 cup of coffee, you may want to just like go to 1.5 before you go to 2 or 3. And then another note on that is that caffeine can actually interfere with the quality and quantity of your sleep. So I would try to keep your caffeine intake at least 8 or 10 hours out of when you actually go to sleep, because it takes quite a long time to actually get out of your system. So you don't want to be having caffeine at 3 p.m. and then going to bed at 8, even if you're hungry, because, reducing your sleep quality and quantity can actually make you groggier the next day and hungrier in return. So it's kind of defeating the point. Number 7 is to eliminate distractions. Have you ever sat down in front of the TV to eat your dinner and then you turn the TV on and you look down and all your dinner is fucking gone like that? Well, what you can do is actually flip that problem on its head and remove the distractions while you're eating. Savor each bite, chew thoroughly through your food, turn your phone off, put things away, and it can actually help your brain realize how much food you're eating and how far you're going with the meals, and help you feel more full along the way, which means the plan's easier to stick to and you'll lose more weight. And here's a final bonus point for you. If the hunger is too much for you to handle, and you find you're so hungry, you're only thinking about food and can't wait till your next meal, just take a little break from dieting. Even if that's 2 weeks or a month, just bump your calories up to a maintenance level where you're hanging on to your body weight for a little bit before you go back to it and hit it fresh again, ready to diet. Excessive hunger will not make you any leaner, so it's not worth going too deep into the hole for no fucking reason. But a bit of hunger is worth coming to terms with. At the end of the day, it's probably something you're going to have to manage and mitigate. So do your best, use these tips where you need them, but just realize that a little bit of hunger isn't the end of the world, and you probably just have to be an adult and go through something that you don't really want to go through because you know what's on the other side is more important to you. Apply a little bit of grit, get through the fucking thing, and make it happen. You got this. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Matteo. I'd appreciate if you like this video, give it a little thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff just like this. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. At the time of filming this video, it's around 800. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.